So, what if Marvel's entire plan for the future, I mean, the next big Avengers saga, was just casually leaked by Thor himself? Today, we are digging into one single comment that might have just blown the doors wide open on the MCU's biggest secret yet. Right now, the entire Marvel fandom is absolutely buzzing, trying to figure out a potential slip-up from none other than Chris Hemsworth. You have to wonder, did the God of Thunder just accidentally spill the beans on one of the biggest twists in the entire history of the MCU? And there it is. That's the phrase, the one that started a total firestorm of theories and speculation online. He said it in a recent interview, and on the surface, it seems to confirm Thor survives the next big Avengers movie. But it's the way he said it, those specific words, that has everyone talking. Okay, so what is the big deal with a couple of times? Let's actually break down exactly what he said and why it could be so important for the future of the entire Marvel universe. You see, Hemsworth didn't just hint that he's not done playing the God of Thunder. This statement is a complete 180 from what he's been saying before. For a while, it really seemed like he was ready to hang up the hammer for good. This is a very surprising, and you have to think, a very deliberate change of heart. To a lot of people, this is not some throwaway line. I mean, the phrase "a couple" literally means two. So if Thor is going to show up a couple of times after the next Avengers movie, that points to 2 more films on his schedule. And that idea has led to a massive theory. And that brings us to the main event, the theory that has everyone buzzing. Marvel isn't just setting up another 2-part epic like Infinity War and Endgame. No, they're secretly planning a massive 3-part finale for the whole multiverse saga. Okay, now here is where it gets really interesting. Hemsworth's comment lines up almost perfectly with Disney's official release schedule. We know about Doomsday in 2026. We know about Secret Wars in 2027. But then, look at this. There's a slot for a mystery Marvel movie in December of 2028. No title, no information, just a placeholder. A trilogy actually makes a ton of sense, and not just from a story perspective, but from a business one too. It lets Marvel spread out these insane production costs over 3 films, and it gives them enough runtime to actually do justice to a huge cast of characters. And that 2028 holiday release date? Come on, that is prime real estate, the kind of spot you save for your biggest movie of the year, like an Avatar. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. Committing to a 3-film story before the first movie is even out the door, that is a colossal gamble, even for a studio as big as Marvel. The whole house of cards rests on Avengers Doomsday being a massive runaway hit. But what if it's not? What if audiences just aren't into it? The entire trilogy could come crashing down before it ever really begins. And this really gets to the core of the problem Marvel is facing. Sure, announcing a trilogy way ahead of time can build incredible hype. But if that first film is a dud, they're stuck. They'd basically be forced to throw good money after bad, risking huge financial losses and, maybe worse, total fan burnout. And let's be real, this isn't the same Marvel that gave us Endgame. After a pretty rocky Phase 4, fan interest has definitely dipped. The studio is just not the guaranteed box office king that it used to be, which makes a bet this big, well, a whole lot risky. Okay, but what if we're all looking at this the wrong way? What if this isn't about the Avengers at all? There's another major theory about what Hemsworth meant, and this one focuses entirely on the future of Thor himself. So what if a couple more times actually means 2 more solo Thor movies? That would give him a full second trilogy, following up on Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, and would round out a story with a proper 6-film saga. Now, this theory starts to sound a lot more plausible when you hear what Hemsworth himself has been saying about his last movie. He's been really open and critical about Thor: Love and Thunder, basically admitting that they pushed the comedy too far and that it ticked off a lot of the audience. And you know what? A lot of critics and fans agree. After that deep, emotional journey Thor went on in Infinity War and Endgame, the version we got in Love and Thunder just felt like a huge step backward. A lot of people felt like it completely undermined his character, turning this hero who had lost literally everything into a total idiot. This kind of suggests that Hemsworth's desire to play the character a couple more times is really driven by a mission of redemption. It sounds like he wants to find the right creative team to bring Thor back to his more serious, heroic roots and give him the powerful, fitting ending that he and, honestly, the fans feel he deserves. So whether it's a secret Avengers trilogy or a quest to redeem Thor, This whole debate points to a much bigger picture. Marvel Studios is at a serious crossroads right now, and believe me, they know it. I mean, the fact that one of their biggest stars is so publicly admitting the failures of a recent film is a huge signal. It's proof that the studio has heard all the criticism loud and clear, and they get that the old formula just isn't working anymore. After a phase that left a lot of fans feeling kind of alienated, the studio knows it has to make a change. They're reportedly canceling projects that were already in the works and are basically changing their entire game plan to try and win back our trust. Which, of course, leaves us with the billion-dollar question. Is this secret trilogy the bold, confident move that Marvel needs to redeem itself and recapture that old magic? Or is it a massive overreach, a gamble that could become the franchise's most expensive mistake ever? I guess only time will tell.